Hi everyone, I'm Azlina Natasha, number matric S74322, and today I will be sharing a commentary on two important articles about digital education. The first article is Sustainable ICT Practice in Education, Balancing Innovation and Digital Responsibility by Dr. Senadha Jha and colleagues, published in 2025. The second article is The Impact of Digital Learning Policies on Educational Equity in Rural Indonesian Schools by Yuli Endang Lestari and team, published in 2024. Have you wondered that digital transformation in education truly balances innovation with responsibility while also ensuring equity for all learners? That's the central question both particles explore, with one through sustainability and ethnic, and the other through policy and rural access. Now, let's look at each article argues and how they compare in scope, focus and methodology. According to Jha and colleagues, ICT tools like cloud computing, AI and digital collaboration expand access and innovation, but they also create environmental costs by energy use and electronic waste called e-waste, and the ethical challenge such privacy, equity and digital wellness. Their thesis is that education must integrate green policies, ethical digital practice and inclusivities. So, innovation does not harm society or the environment. In contrast, Lestari and team argue that government policies in Indonesia, such as National Education Strategy for Digital Transformation, aim to bridge rural-urban gaps. However, pure internet connection, limited teacher training, and culture resistance mean that equity is not fully achieved. Their thesis is that policy must go beyond the providing device. It must ensure infrastructure, training, and community acceptance to make digital learning truly equitable. Let's explore those similarities. First, equity and inclusivity as central goal. Both articles emphasize that digital education must serve all learners fairly, whether through sustainable ICT practice or equitable policy implementation. Second, technology alone is insufficient. Both stress that pedagogy and teacher capacity are critical. Without them, technology cannot transform education meaningfully. Moving on to their differences, first, scope of focus. According to Jha and colleagues, take a global, conceptual approach to sustainability and ethnic, while Lestari and team focus on Indonesia's rural school, analyzing policy implementation. Second difference is the methodology. According to Jha and colleagues, they use two mixed method survey and interview across institutions to measure adoption of practice like e-waste recycling and cloud tools, while Lestari and team rely on policy analysis, teacher interviews, and student performance data with case study like rural connectivity. Now, I will elaborate them by looking at their strength, their weakness, and how they explain changes in digital education. First, we look at the strength of first articles. A major strength of the study by Jha and colleagues is its structural alignment with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals (SDG). This is a really effective approach because it connects environmental, ethical, and teaching issues into one cohesive framework. I find this quite innovative because it proves that ICT in schools isn't just about the gadgets. To support this, Jha and colleagues make a compelling case that green education encourages holistic thinking. However, we have to look at the limitation. According to Jha and colleagues, it's very transparent about its limitation to how much of the finding can be generalized, because it only covered a few specific institutions. Since schools vary so much in their technological infrastructure and resource, this result might not reflect what is happening in large, more complex education system. Moving on to Lestari and team study, the studies shine through empirical case studies like the Rural Connectivity Program, which successfully established internet access in over 1,000 rural schools. However, we have to look at the limitations. Moving into the reality check, Lestari and team study shows us that high technology policies cannot solve everything alone. So, how is the landscape of digital education actually shifting? There is a major paradigm shift. There is clear move toward individualized learning process where the student is at the center. You can see this is in tools like Canva, where students use creative templates to express their own unique ideas. JA and team highlight that combining project-based learning or PBL with ICT is absolutely essential. This means students learn by solving real-world problems using technology, which help them develop sustainability competency that stay with them for a long time. Reflecting on all of this, what is the real takeaway for us? What I have gathered is that true foundation of digital education isn't about the technological procurement. It's actually built on the concept of digital responsibility. Moving from theory to practice, we can look at two specific levels of application. First, for institution, there is a clear need to move beyond just an acquisition of hardware, and instead of integrate green ICT policies. This means establishing formal policies on e-waste and green procurement, so we are just creating a graveyard of all discarded laptops. Second, for policymakers, the priority must be prioritized investment in infrastructure for remote areas. At the end of the day, we can realistically talk about a digital transformation if half of the students in rural region cannot get a signal to join the conversation. To wrap everything up, JA and teams remind us that our digital growth must be green, while Lestari and college show us that it must be fair. When we align innovation with ethnic, we protect both of our students and our planet. Thank you for joining me.